Trevor's got it here. Back with some more boxing. You know what? Actually, like going live on this phone right here. This is my main phone instead of this phone right here. They don't let you do. Come on, bro. Man, come on, bro. You can't be doing that to me at the beginning, man. We'll be right back, bro. Here we go, man. I don't like you flipping the camera. But yeah, you know what? Instead of going live on like this phone right here, which is my backup, this phone really like it look a lot better, man, because the screen is bigger. So like the whole thing is different. You see what I'm saying? Cause like, so check it out. Cause y'all might not know like how it looks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like going off of the phone, streaming on StreamYard from a cell phone, a browser, mobile browser. Like you just got like the screen at the top in the middle, and then you see the rest. But it look a lot better being on this phone than it does like this smaller phone. Cause the smaller phone, that screen right there that I'm on, it's almost like too small for it to even, to even do a live. But this was supposed to be a fight party, but Oscar Collazo, I guess, ain't a big enough fighter for them to even show his fight for free. You know, it's about what it seemed like. So I guess we'll just cover the news, and if anybody show up, they show up. If not, then they don't. I got this new game. I can kind of talk about that. Kind of got a lot going on up in the news right now. You know, Shakur Stevens is looking pretty bad. I mean, yeah, Shakur Stevens is looking pretty bad. The WBO is trying to like force Devin Haney to fight Keyshawn, and I think Keyshawn is all for it. I'm just wondering like how Keyshawn's gonna get out of it. That fight ain't gonna happen. Neither is the Shakur Stevenson fight. So yeah, we can cover the news. Errol Spence, he has like 101 excuses on why he lost to Terrence Crawford. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. He sounded like worse than Deontay Wilder, and I really feel like Deontay Wilder got cheated. You know, but a lot of people feel like he was sounding ridiculous. Yo, can you prank call my brother? Man, you came all the way over here to tell me to do that? No, I can't prank call your brother because he'll have my phone number. And I don't have a text now number at the moment. You know? So, sorry. But, so, Errol Spence, like I said, he got 1,000,001 excuses for why he lost to. All right, thank you. No problem, man. Sorry I couldn't help, but it's all good. I'm sure you'll find somebody. Jaban Op. What's going on? But yeah, this was supposed to be there's some more news going on too. Benavidez. Benavidez is gonna go ahead and duck both Bitter BF and Bivol, and he's gonna stay at cruiserweight. Like after Bitter BF exposed him for ducking. You know, we got that going on. What's going on with the Ryan Garcia and Conor Ben fight? 'Cause that was like almost pretty much like formally announced. Like, let me see. That should be on BoxRec, right? Let's see, man. See what's going on out here on these streets. It's still not on BoxRec, so it's still not done. There's something wrong. But yeah, man. Well, I guess it's nights like this where I guess I wish I watched what's the name? What you call it? UFC? Cause they ain't even showing the boxing, bro. I don't even watch UFC, but like I ain't even gonna be watching it now. Even though I got this UFC game. This UFC game suck, bro. You know, it was a waste of money. It's really bad. You know. It just make me wonder, like dude, they just say a business just like anybody else. So they have deadlines too. And it was about time for another UFC game. And you know that people are gonna buy it. A lot of people are gonna buy it just from like name recognition alone, regardless of how good the game is actually is. So I mean you can not put much budget into it and just kind of like make it very similar to like the last UFC game, with a few little extras for legacy mode or whatever, you know, and just basically release the same game and then go and pick up a bag. Man, it's so many glitches in this game, man. And the gameplay, the ground and pound is garbage. The stand up is decent, but it's kind of like too simple. After playing Fight Night or Boxing Undisputed, I don't know, I'm not satisfied with my purchase, but it sucks that they're not playing a fight, man. You know? But yeah, like I said, man, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. A lot of nothing. Because it ain't really like about no fights being made. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of talking. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm talking. You give us something to talk about. Had I been doing this for money, like I would be happy, man. They paying the bills. It's always something to talk about, ain't it? You know? It's always something to talk about. It's always like some kind of little hoopla, blah blah blah. You know, Shakur Stevenson is like in a witness protection program. Errol Spence, oh man, he knew that he was gonna lose to Terrence Crawford a month before the fight. There's so much that you can say about that interview, man. He need to tell Andre Ward to take that shit down. You know what I'm saying? It's too much, bro. He was too. What up, Jay Z? He was too comfortable, like doing that interview with Andre Ward, because he never made excuses ever, and now he's like, man, we didn't have we I didn't train, I didn't have no sparring partners for 6 weeks. Like we didn't have no air conditioning in the gym. I mean, it was a bad training camp. He said, I think it was some stuff that wasn't said because Andre Ward alluded to sparring partners talking. You know what I'm saying? And nothing ever really came out about Errol Spence like taking beatings and sparring training for Bud, but Andre Ward was saying something about the sparring partners that he did have was talking, and it sounded like Errol Spence probably was getting that belt, you know, in sparring, you know, but I mean I understand. It's some stuff you can't like excuse. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Andre Ward called him out on like the stuff that he was saying, for the most part. But like he don't want to be too disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But he did say you making me mad. Cause you being ridiculous, man. The biggest fight of your life. And you mean to tell me y'all didn't have no sparring partners for 6 weeks or you didn't spar until the 6 weeks, something like that? I knew they was tripping about not putting that air conditioning there. Like I said, because I was in Arizona at the time, and Texas is like, you know, just as hot as Arizona. If it's 108 degrees in Arizona, it's 105 in Texas. You know, and I remember like at the time, like, you know, uh, thinking like, man, I don't see how he do it. When they was training for the fight, he was training for the Bud fight. I was thinking, man, I don't see how he do that, man. You know. But then after the fight, that's one of the many excuses. And I mean, you could say it's a reason, but at the end of the day, man, you've been a professional fighter for how long? You know. Come on, Earl. Let's see. Let's see, bro. Let's. And not only like a professional, you was boxing like in the amateurs and shit, bro. Like to get you some sparring partners, man. Get you some practice in. Errol Spence has been a professional fighter since 2012, and the excuses that he made, you would think that he just started boxing yesterday. You know, like he was even saying something about like some of the things that Derek James wasn't doing. You know, and he never bothered to say nothing, even though he's the boss. And the training camp was trash, and you allowed a trash training camp going into the biggest fight of your life. And I know that was probably Derek James' gym that didn't have AC in it. You figure, well, he need to put AC in his own gym. But man, you done made millions of dollars. You could have did that. I don't know. Maybe you expect Derek James to do that. If I'm a trainer at your gym. Maybe you figure that's part of like Derek James' overhead. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing hearing all of those excuses. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I see why like, people just don't like for fighters to make excuses. Even if they got like a good reasons for whatever they going through. I see why people don't like that shit. It's just, it raised too many questions, raised too many eyebrows. Like it kind of take away from the fight. It take away from the winner's performance. You know, like it's just don't look good. It don't sound good. Even if you got you know, uh like legitimate concerns, just don't talk about it. You know, just keep it to yourself. Unless like you did something like real obvious in the ring, like you know, you threw a punch and you broke your hand and you did like this and then you put your gloves back up and then after the fight you say, yeah, You know, I gave him my best, but I broke my hand. That'd be understandable. We all saw you. You know what I'm saying? We saw you land a punch and do like this, and then you see what I'm saying. But like all of this other stuff before the fight that you know better, it just wasn't a good look. But salute to Errol Spence, man. Um, at the end of the day, he's probably right. He's right. Only thing that I kind of got to complain about, well, and all that like feeling thinking you gonna lose the fight a month before the fight. What? Like you really said that, bro? Man, I don't know if I ever seen a fighter like say that they knew that they was gonna lose a fight a month before the fight. He found a way to say that. He found a way like how to say that, how to get it out his mouth. You know, month before the fight. I always like I feel like I can win, but you know, a month before the fight, I just got the feeling like, you know, this might be bad. What? You don't talk about that type of stuff, man. Hey, bro, I heard you banged a dog. Okay. Come back in 5 minutes. Hit the like button. Goal on this live is 10 likes. Yeah. So yeah, man, that was kind of disappointing to see like the big fish man down, you know, have like the truth and the weight bully. The weight bully, you know. It was sad to see like, you know, the biggest make all those excuses, man. But at the end of the day, he could be right. He could be back. He could be reinvigorated. And I think he kind of like alluded to this being his last fight. That's a red flag right there, bro. Why is you coming back? You need the money? You took a couple years off. Was it was it 3 years? Two. It had to been. This had to been like the third year, man. That's a long time, cuz. Let me see. Yeah, 3 years. 2023. Yeah, I had just moved to Arizona. I saw that fight in Arizona. Yeah, yeah, because that's where I bought them belts at. You know, he knew he was gonna lose the fight, and then you thinking about this might be your last fight. If you win, this can't be your last fight, bro. Like you're gonna be offered bigger fights, but going into like a fight like this, there's a lot of question marks on Earl Spence's head. You know, do he still got it? Will he be able to compete at a high level? You know, like at 158. It's not even 154. Like, what are you doing? He's already the bigger guy, bro. Like, man. And then you thinking about retiring. And he ain't really taking that loss too well to Terrence Crawford either. So if you blame everything on like, he might not even need to get better to beat Tim Zudo. You know, he might not need to learn nothing from that loss. I mean, losing to Bud is like, you know, it was a bad loss. So that could damage him as a fighter. You know, it could make him worse than he was before that fight, going into his next fight. Um, so that's not good. He could have some PTSD, bro. You know, like you don't want to go into no fight with this dangerous knockout puncher with PTSD. You older, and you consider retirement. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I think Errol Spence probably he might be about to take a beating. You know, he about to get beaten into retirement. You know, and it's gonna be messed up to see because at least Bud is black and he's a great fighter, future Hall of Famer. You know, so it was no for undisputed. So even though it was embarrassing how he lost because he lost so bad, you know, he still lost to like an all-time great. You know, but taking 3 years off, making excuses for the Bud loss, and then going to Australia to get like bullied and beaten all across the ring, man. That ain't cool, bro. That ain't the move, you know? But I'm rooting for him to win. I mean, I think that he's good enough to pull it off. It's just like a lot. It's a lot to deal with. 3 year layoff too, you know? Coming off of a bad loss, even if he came right back 6 months later. See what I'm saying? But you coming off of a bad loss after 3 year layoff, like you wasn't even a boxer no more. You know what I'm saying? You think he was sitting around not drinking? He was posting videos and pics of him training and trying to keep in shape somewhat, you know, from time to time. But you don't think he was like partying, doing drugs? You just got the biggest payday of your career. You just took the first loss of your career, and now you took you 3 years off. They already say he looked like he was high when he came to the arena to fight Bud. Yeah, man. But I hope he win. Let's see when that fight is. That's what I said. Look, that's what I said. Adrian Bronner is killing himself in front of the world and nobody cares. That's what I said. Nobody care. That's why you gotta always do what's best for you. Even Earl Spence, you know what I'm saying? Cause like people use you up, bro. People will use you for their entertainment until they can't use you no more. And then they'll move on to the next one the same day, right after that. Immediately, shit, you get dominated by Terrence Crawford, knocked out. Man, your fans already saying like, they already done moved on to the next one the same night. Those ride or dies that was there before the fight, now only half of those is there, maybe not even half. Most of them is in hiding, and they, you know, then moved on to the next fighter. Terrence Errol Spence go out there and he get smacked up. He's gonna be on to the next one. Just like look at Thurman. Thurman took some time. He was the man, and then he took that time off, and whatever. When he wasn't didn't want to fight Spence, he started getting booed at fights. When he'd show up to a fight, now he done got like demonstrated on. It's on to the next one. Like nobody even talk about that fight for that long. We knew that was gonna happen. We didn't need to see that. Debo Dev got them tucking chains left and right. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. I'm a really, really big Shakur Stevenson fan, you know what I'm saying? Like shit. When he first started his career, his pro career, and Floyd was fighting, he was trying to get signed with Floyd. He was like He was my favorite YN coming up. I'm still a big fan of him. You know, still a big fan. He ain't really did nothing that I haven't liked, except for like not being willing to fight Devin Haney. But he didn't stop running. He done just came off one of the biggest wins of his career. That should be like the biggest. Teofimo beat Lomachenko, the world champion, another accomplishment, four-time weight champion. But yeah, Devin Haney is the man, man. That's what I be trying to tell people. Like, I be trying to figure out like who is our Floyd Mayweather? You know what I'm saying? You look at all of the current crop of fighters, like who would be like, will fit that role, that position out of these fighters? Who's our new Floyd Mayweather? And the answer is Devin Haney. You know, some fans try to spin it. Yeah, because you gotta keep the scam going. Everybody's a scammer. Everybody's capping, lying. Everybody got an angle, some kind of ulterior motive. I started to do that when I went live, honestly, just to keep something going. I mean, because think if you got I only got 100 subscribers on this channel right here. So, like, I ain't got that many fans of any fighter that subscribe to my channel. It's not that many people on here. But just think if I had like 50,000 subscribers. Thanks for the sub, Callie. But just think if I had like 50,000 subs, right? And like 20 to 30,000 of those is Shakur Stevenson fans. And I know that must be you. Yeah, I got a notification. Like, I realized that talking about Shakur Stevenson is getting me more views and more subscribers, right? So, I just keep talking about him, and then it's building my channel. Now Shakur Stevenson is in the public, like looking real bad, but I done built my channel on supporting Shakur Stevenson. I'm not about to get on here and be honest. I'm being honest right now because I'm not playing the game. But you got to play the game to win. I'm just not playing the game. I'm getting too old to be like lying and making stuff up for people, pretending. It is what it is, bro. Shakur Stevenson is a hell of a fighter. He's already a not even probably he's already a future Hall of Famer. He's a four-weight world champion, top 10 pound for pound fighter right now. I mean, in fact, he's the highest ranked American fighter, like in the top 10 pound for pound rankings with the Ring magazine. He's their number 3 ranked pound for pound fighter. And with ESPN, he's like ranked number 4. David Benavidez is ranked number 3. He's ranked higher than Shakur Stevenson. Thoughts on Sonny Liston? I don't really got no thoughts on Sonny Liston. I try to keep up with my generation. But I think he threw one of those Ali fights. But yeah. He seemed like he was a beast though. It's hard enough to keep up with these fighters. You know. You get the believing in a fighter, right? And then sooner or later they'll tuck their tail. You know what I'm saying? They'll show their true colors and then it let you down. You know what I'm saying? They let you down. Look, within the past 30 days, we done been it's been proven to us that Shakur Stevenson is a duck. And what up, Kingsley Safaro? And David Benavidez is a duck. You know? And Shakur Stevenson ducking is like atrocious. Cause like he go and find these young guys coming up, and he know that these guys are gonna be like a problem for him. He gonna have to he might be expected to fight these guys in the future or whatever. So he'll befriend them. you know, and then send them to fight like his ops. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know, sent Ray Ford for Oshaki. You know, that failed. So now you trying to send he got some little do it's. Y'all heard that song Do It by Young and Ace? He got some little do it's. Sent Ray Ford at Oshaki, and now he's sending Keyshawn at Devin. Devin's that fight ain't gonna happen. Hey, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think so. Y'all think Keyshawn is gonna fight Devin at 147? I don't think so. He ain't ready. He know he not ready. That's why he's bringing up, oh man, you know, I only got 15 fights. You got 30 fights. He know he ain't ready, but he also is probably ready to be a multi-millionaire. He said he got millions in the bank already. You know, after his last fight. I don't know his purses and all of that, but I know this Devin Haney payday is going to be at least five for him. I just don't think that fight is going to happen right now. How do Bob Arum feel about it? Top Rank insisted Keyshawn Davis wanted to fight Devin Haney before the Albright fight. Top Rank insisted that he fight Albright. They did not want him to fight Devin Haney. It don't matter what he say. It matter what's really going on. I don't think Top Rank want that fight. You know, Keyshawn is still coming up, but then again, somebody had to pay like for him to get that ranking. I think Devin waiting until Keyshawn is mandated. Oh, he said Mike Tyson Sonny was a monster. That never about further the boxing folks on old school training. Very tragic life that I can relate to. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I used to want to box too. Kind of gave it up for drinking. Devin wait until Keyshawn is mandated, then they're gonna beat him. Devin can announce they fighting Keyshawn now because people gonna say he ducked Shakur. Like he can't announce. No, ain't nobody gonna say that he ducked Shakur. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious what's going on with Devin and Shakur. Shakur Stevenson is not ready to move up. Shakur Stevenson just don't want to make that fight right now. He just don't want to fight Devin Haney right now. You know, like, and I mean, you could say that he's ducking. It looked like he ducking because one minute he act like he want to make the fight, and then the next minute he's like making excuses why he can't. He ain't gonna make the fight. But you know, if you just at 140, just say that. Like you at 140, you ain't trying to move up to 147 yet. You know, you not ready for Devin Haney. Like, so he can only say so much, right? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna say he ducked Shakur. Shakur's ducking him. But like that don't even really feel right to say that because the dude just moved up to 140. You know, so like how we gonna say he's ducking somebody in a higher weight class than him? The only reason that we say that is because got to talking like he would move up for other fighters. And he even said that he would, you know, if 144 is a good weight for us to fight at, trying to bluff. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that Devin wasn't gonna come down on 144 and cater to him, but he was wrong. So that makes him look like he's ducking. He definitely not really like that honest. He's kind of like what he's saying, what he's saying, what he mean, you know, how he truly feel. It's two different things. Clearly, because he got to talking about that 144, but Devin is trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Devin's trying to give him 144. You want 144? We can do it at 144. And now it's like, I ain't gonna do it unless Keyshawn give me permission. See what I'm saying? And then he still like, I think after the fact, I was listening to an interview with somebody was playing, and like he's steady talking about 144. Like Devin Haney ain't already agreed to it. But like I said, man, if you wanted, I guess he can't say like he's kind of being honest about it. He's saying like, Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia is trash, so yeah, he'll move up for those guys, but not for Devin Haney. I mean, that's an honest answer, but that still kind of make you look like a duck, you know. Too experienced for Sean. He wants the money and stardom quick. Probably tired of boxing, trying to cash up. Too experienced for Sean. Who you talking about? Are you calling? I know people ain't calling Keyshawn Sean. Come on, man. I want to know who the hell you talking about. He ain't like he ain't no name that like ring bells on me like that for me to be. I guess I'll know now. But he's rich already. He ain't his own boss. He wanted to fight Devin before the Albright fight. Top Rank didn't let him. Maybe Top Rank is ready for him to. They might want that fight now. I don't know. It's just easier to like. I think once a fighter get a loss, they not viewed as like invincible no more. It's like it's real bad for business. You know, a loss in boxing these days. You know, like the boxer lose like that appeal, Sean Davis. I don't know who you talking about. Are you still talking about Keyshawn? Why? Stop playing with me, gang. Shit. Like, yeah, Top Rank don't want that fight. But they might want that fight, but because they putting them in position to get the fight, you know, by making them number one in the WBO. That couldn't have been a mistake, you know. That couldn't have been by like an accident, you know. But I mean, the Keyshawn go up to and wait, lose to Devin. Now you gotta like start working on your comeback. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, am I gonna go back down to 140? Am I gonna stay at 147? I mean, it depends on how bad he lose too. You know, like, man, he might never be the same. He might be ruined. See, right now, he's never lost before. He's never really looked bad in the ring. I don't know if he ever been dropped, but he's never been, yeah, So he's got this confidence. You know what I'm saying? He got this confidence. He got that mean streak. He ain't gonna never be the same after he get his ass whooped. Mess around and be retired before he like his 25th fight going this route. You fight Devin, move up, fight Devin, lose. What if he get knocked out? What if he gets stopped? You know, man, he gonna be fighting to like regain what he had prior to getting stopped, like the rest of his career, fighting to prove himself again. But he ain't, you ain't gonna have that chip on your shoulder no more. But like I said, it can't be like by mistake he was ranked like number one with the WBO. He was put in position like to be Devin Haney's mandatory. By the powers that be. No way. Like he's mandatory past like all of these other fighters that's been fighting for the WBO, working their way up to the top 15. You know, like from like rank 200. You know, they don't work their way all the way up. And then, like, this guy that's never fought at the weight, he's number one and mandatory. You already know. Somebody got paid. So they might want to go ahead with that fight, man. They might. Because Devin Haney, I mean, as long as Shakur as Keyshawn, you know, like he put up a decent performance, they'll still be able to sell him. Brian Norman Jr. didn't really put up a good performance in his loss. It wasn't a competitive loss. It was a bad loss. It was a shutout loss where you got dropped, like, you know, extremely bad. Where, like, he didn't even headline his next fight, did he? Because he just had a fight, didn't he? Yeah, he fought on somebody's undercard. He did. I can't think of who it was, but he didn't headline his next fight. So, and I'm pretty sure he headlined the fight before that, the Devin fight. So Devin Haney made him an undercard fighter by beating him and taking his belt. That had to come back and take a tune-up. So, you know, Keyshawn, he's going into that fight as like not even a belt holder, as a mandatory challenger. If he go out there and put like a identical performance to Devin Haney, he could mess around and be on somebody's undercard in his next fight. Yeah, but maybe Top Rank is ready for that fight. You know, maybe it's time. I just don't really think it's gonna happen. You know, yeah, you looking good, you coming up, but like, you know what I mean, he ain't ready, man. Why we need to see it. I kind of want to see him just like, why can't these fighters just stay at their weight and like just fight people at your weight? They constantly be just chasing the next big thing. I mean, it's good for boxing. You know, yeah, I'd rather see Devin and Keyshawn fight instead of seeing like uh Keyshawn fight like some random bum for a vacant belt and Devin fight some bum for his mandatory. You know, I'd rather see them fight each other, but also really like it's gotta be like some undefeated young hungry lions out there that's like coming up that might not have a name, but I want to see them get a shot, you know? Like the Kavalaskis out there or the Madronovs, the undefeated fighters that's tough that nobody has ever heard of. I'd rather see Keyshawn fighting those type of fighters. Like I don't want to see him, and I'd rather see Rolly and Devin fight. Let Rolly lose to Devin, and let Keyshawn keep building himself up. At least till he's 21-0. He's gonna be 15-1. That's gonna look horrible, man. But yeah, we might get that fight next. I don't know. I believe it when I see it. I don't know about all that. Yeah, what else we got going on? And Team Benavidez, but they just gonna duck Bitter BF and Bivol forever. They staying at cruiser. They hiding out at cruiserweight. Like Benavidez is in the witness protection program too now, because they starting to say that Shakur Stevenson is in a witness protection program. The way he acted about like fighting Devin Haney. You know, it is what it is, man. But it ain't really nobody at cruiserweight for him to fight. I mean, if Bottle Jack is still fighting, you might be able to fight him. But Bottle Jack got to be like 42, 43 right now. 42. How do I know these dudes' ages off the top of my head like that? I don't even know these dudes. Like, personally. Let's see something. Yeah, boxer. It's all good, though, man. Damn. Bottle Jack just lost a rematch for the WBC. Yeah, man. That's disappointing, man. The Mexican Monster. You know, like you get you a belt. Yeah, I know Canelo ducked you, and I know like what Bivol and Benavidez didn't Bivol and Beterbiev didn't want to fight you. You know, cause like they wanted to fight each other. I mean, I understand, but now that Beterbiev took a loss, and he's looking at you like you got a belt and I'm a name, so I'm trying to bounce back off of you, and then you go run up to cruiserweight. You know, he didn't even expose you until now because he wanted to make that fight. And guess what? Then they decided they're gonna stay at cruiserweight. What? So uh Benavidez is irrelevant now then. Heard the news about Turkey. Prayers up. No, I didn't. What's wrong with him? What's his problem? He just a face anyways. You know, like they'll find another face, you know? Or they might just quit the boxing program, but um, you know, I think we'll still get money from his country for boxing. Uh, it's publicly revealed that he has been diagnosed with cancer and a brain tumor near his pituitary gland. Damn. And because of the severity of his condition and his accelerated cognitive decline, he has stated a fear of losing his memory by 2028 or 2029. Mm, damn. Cancer and a brain tumor? And near his pituitary gland. Let me see. What's the pituitary gland? A pea-sized body attached to the base of the brain. Hmm. Sound like he about to die. Let me see. Pituitary gland. Okay, location. Let's see. Fucking. Oh. Hmm. That's interesting. Is that like, bro? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Cancer, and a brain tumor near his pituitary gland. And that's your pituitary gland right there. You got a tumor near that. I don't know if you can live without your pituitary gland. You know what I mean? It sounds pretty serious. But yeah. And cancer? So where's the cancer at? Okay. Cancer in his body. It sounds like he about to go to the upper room. Ooh. I ain't even answer my question. Why is that poor? I was like blank blank that he's battled several forms of cancer since 2015. Oh, and they haven't. Now, public specified exact primary organ locations for those prior diagnoses. Uh, the primary focus of his current critical medical situation is a growth near his pituitary gland, as its location is what directly triggers his advanced memory loss and cognitive symptoms. Would you like to know more about the? No, we don't need to know all that. Yeah, it sounds like he about to pass away, bro. You know, I mean, God forbid, but God forbid, but that's what happens when you get tumors in your brain and you've been battling cancer for like 11 years. You know, yeah, you get overwhelmed with like medical conditions and stuff like that. Driving, what? Oh, you driving? That's cool. That's cool. It's cool. Yo, thanks for showing up and showing your face while I'm live. You know, I done did a live stream few days ago, and when nobody came, and like I still stayed live for like 41 minutes, and I just deleted. That's the one that I deleted. But like, if I'm sitting here talking to myself, it was just weird talking to myself. You know, with zero people in here. You know, really had me thinking like, well, I might as well. I mean, it's kind of my fault though. I ain't really like trying to complain too much. That's me being lazy. All I gotta do is make a video when the fucking news come out. Just post a short. I get like 3 subscribers per short. So I can do like 10 subscribers per day easy. You know? More than that. But that's just like right now. Cause it could grow faster at different times. But yeah, it's all good. Thanks for coming through, man. This was really supposed to be a fucking fight party with Oscar Collazo, even though I'm not really like that familiar with him. But not even Fire Stick showing his shit, cuz. Not even Fire Stick. You know what I'm saying? And they be showing like all of the pay-per-views, cuz. Let me see if they showing it again. And then we can see what else going on in the news. Nope. Nope. And I ain't paying for the zone. I paid for a Fire Stick. Let's see what else is going on out here on these streets. Rest in peace to Turkey Al Sheik. Rest in peace to Turkey Al Sheik. Yeah, who was that I knew? Looking at it was somebody like I knew, and the dude like I don't know. He just would say that like even the person ain't dead. They just going through a hard time, and he would always post that. And that's how I know like somebody's dealing with some kind of health condition. Trying to think of who that is. I think I know who it is. You know, but yeah, he'll just say, rest in peace to so and so. And they don't even be dead. And I'll be like, damn, why you gotta do that, man? Cause when you see that about like a celebrity or somebody that you care about, you be like, what? You be thinking like, oh my God. You feel me? And they don't even be dead. Okay, let's see. WBA moves to reduce number of champions in Axis Bridgerweight division. They ain't gonna no longer recognize the Bridgerweight division, huh? Name of the it bridges the gap between cruiserweight and heavyweight. Oh, that's why they named it that. You know what, man? Like the WBC should have like paid like Deontay Wilder a bag, you know, like to fight for the Bridgerweight title. He would have blew that division up. You know what I'm saying? All you need is like a big name at the Bridgerweight, like, and it'll bring attention to it. But going the route that they went, just making this division and having random titles, like, don't nobody care about that. Nobody even talk about who's the Bridgerweight champion. You know, when that's a weight class, they're a world champion just like everybody else. It might be like a in between weight class, like you know, like junior middleweight, junior welterweight. You know, but yeah, they should have dropped a bag on Deontay Wilder. He would have been perfect for that weight class. But he might have, you know, and then give him somebody that he can beat at his age. Let's see. Oscar Collazo main event now a non-title flyweight bout. Hmm. What? What? Making a 105-pound weight limit for Saturday nights. What? The fight is a 105-pound weight limit, but Collazo weighed in at 110 and Valdez weighed in at 111. So neither one of them made the weight. That don't sound right at all. They might have typed that up wrong, but I don't even care about Oscar Collazo. He too small for me to be trying to follow him. Uh, London Arthur is backing his former foe Dimitri Bivol to defeat David Benavidez. He said Bivol would pepper David Benavidez. This dude, he gonna hide out at the cruiserweight division until like Bitter Biev and Bivol like retire. He gonna age them out and then he gonna go back down. You know, cause he too short to be fighting at heavyweight. You don't think he's only like 6'1". You know, well, Usyk is like 6'3", right? Let's see. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to myself all night though either. You know, like we had a hour long live stream. You know, you driving Kingsley Safari, I feel you, but like you know, it's fewer and fewer people up in here. So I mean, if nobody ain't got nothing to say, it's 6-1. And I already covered really the news that I was gonna cover. You know, the Errol Spence fight, his excuses. We went over that. We went over Devin Haney and Shakur. That's like a talk of the town. And yeah, David Benavidez, he ducking. It appears that oh yeah, I was gonna look up this video where, you know, they was talking about well, here you go. Check it out. David Benavidez will not be fighting Bivol or Beterbiev next. Folks, Benavidez will reportedly stay in the cruiserweight division, which means that Dmitry Bivol or Arthur Beterbiev will neither be an option. Abram Gonzalez from the Ring Magazine ratings panel corroborated boxing scene and veteran boxing journalist Lance Pugmire, who first broke the story, saying that David Benavidez versus WBC cruiserweight champion Noel McKillen is on the tail end of finalizing negotiations for a cruiserweight unification fight planned for November. This basically means that Bivol or Beterbiev will not be Benavidez' next fight. Now, it's also not clear whether Benavidez will still return to 175, especially after experiencing what it feels like to finally not drain himself just to make weight. He's still the WBC light heavyweight champion though, but then again, it's the WBC, so honestly, we'll just have to wait and see. David Benavidez. See what I'm saying? These dudes be some frauds, man. Now I don't want to say nothing like this is the dude that he trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do this real quick. Let's screenshot him. This is who you want to fight. You know, I'm not saying that the white boy can't. He got a few belts right there though. Who's that dude? Uh, Noel McAlien. Okay, let's check out Noel McAlien. What belts do Noel McAlien have? Come on, AI. You know, Art Games, what's going on? Salute. You play video games? Or is that Gomez? Oh, he owes a WBC? So, Benavidez is going for the WBC belt against that white boy. You know? Because he's easier. He's easier than Bivol and Beterbiev. You know, that's just what it is. Dude got 3 losses. He just lost to Badu Jack, but then he beat him in a rematch. He lost to Maris Bredis, and he lost to who is this Warwick? Look at this dude's name. Look at his name, man. Try to pronounce that. But yeah, man. So this is what we got going on. You know, in the game. Yeah, man. It's just a bunch of scribble scrabble. That's his literal name right there. You know, that's what we got going on in the game. You know. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Get him back on the screen. This is who David Benavidez want to fight instead of Bivol or Bitter BF. This is who David Benavidez want to fight next. He got ran out of the light heavyweight division. You got ran out of the light heavyweight division, bro. Because the only reason he made the Zerto fight, the Gilberto Ramirez or whatever is the Zerto fight. Because they made an offer to Bitter BF, and they didn't think that Bitter BF said they didn't think that he would take it so fast, that he would accept it so fast, but he did. You know, and then they said he immediately went and made the Zerto fight. You know, and then Bitter BF exposed him. He exposed him ducking the fight, and that he ran up and made the Zerto fight real quick after he accepted their offer or whatever. You know, and then they publicly said that, yeah, he's next up on a hit list, and then guess what? And now they're announcing that he's gonna be staying at cruiserweight. Bitter BF ran Benavidez out of the light heavyweight division. These fighters is, man, some scam artists, man. But yeah, you're committed to streaming and boxing. Nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. I like talking about boxing. I've been doing this for a long time. I just can't keep a channel. You know, I can't keep like a channel for too long. You know, cause like I'm ignorant. But yeah, I'm a boxing fanatic, boxing nerd. I need to like be committed. Why? Cause like when I was little, you know, uh, I mean, I didn't really have no father figure to watch sports with. Like how people might have had their dad around or like even stepdads and stuff. But like my mom was still a kid when she had me. She was 15, so that means that she was still living with her parents. And like I used to watch boxing with my granddad. You know, on Saturday nights. You know, and so I kind of like developed a liking to the sport of boxing. And also, he had like these posters, boxing posters, with a Vander Real Deal Holyfield on the wall versus Riddick Bowe, and he had the Budweiser girls like on the basement where he had his piano and all of this stuff, you know. And like I just always looked up to Holyfield and like just seeing him on the wall, and then just watching boxing, I just kind of developed, you know, a liking for it, and it just stuck. It stuck with me, you know. Almost 40 years later, and he been dead for like shit 25 years, you know. Yeah, but any other time he would be out working on cars or he'd be fixing something. So you know, but on Saturday nights, boxing on, then we'd be watching boxing, man. So yeah, I used to make money doing this too. You know, I don't make money doing it no more, and that's why like this channel is kind of like not very well put together. You know, there's zero videos on this channel, and it's just a few shorts, but it's a bunch of live streams. Even though I don't even have that many subscribers, this is so delayed for me. LOL, like by 15 seconds. Hey, hit that live button. Hit the live button. You know, it'll catch you up. It be happening. That happens. So yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Right? It always happened too in boxing. You know, like soon as you start feeling like somebody's the boogeyman, people, these fighters are scared of him. You know what I'm saying? This so and so ducking him, so he's got to be like, you know, all that. Because you know, why would Canelo duck Benavidez? You know, he got to be pretty cold. You know, and then he's out here running through all of these fighters, and then he get ran out of his own division, bro. You know, because guess what? Taking a loss to Bitter BF after Bitter BF lost to Bivol is bad for business. But you can go and fight. You can go and fight this bum right here. How about this? You can go and unify with this bum right here, where there's no threat of you losing, because he lost to a 41-year-old Badu Jack. Of course you'll be able to beat him. It took him 2 tries to beat Badu Jack. Not to mention he lost to whatever that dude name is. That right there. You see the Alex Thomas, the Steven Simmons. I'm reading that backwards. I read that backwards. I'm gonna go record for my next video. Okay. All right. I appreciate you, man. Hit the like button for me on your way out. You know, if you can do that, please. You know, or maybe even hit the subscribe button and come back and hang out again. I want to start like reviewing games too. I got the new UFC, but it's garbage. But yeah, thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate the love. But yeah, man, that was kind of like the same thing that we went through with Errol Spence, right? Errol Spence, like he was the boogeyman. He was only the boogeyman for like 6 months, I swear. You know, and then Terrence Crawford moved up in weight and got a belt. See you next stream. All right, see you next stream. Appreciate you. You know, he moved up in weight and got a belt. And then Errol Spence wasn't a boogeyman no more. Then it was like, I'm the boogeyman as long as Terrence Crawford ain't around. You feel me? Garbage in what way? What? What are you talking about? What garbage? You gotta be more specific, bro. I done said like 30,000 words since your last comment. 30,000. I don't know what you're talking about. But it's some bullshit. Boxing is garbage. How these fighters be they be boogeymans. They be so big and bad and tough. You know, when it's a fighter that don't want to fight them, but then another fighter come along that they don't want to fight, and then they start looking like hoes. You know, they start looking like hoes, man. So you can't even really get too attached to like any fighter not named Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin Haney, yeah. You know, you can rely on him. You can trust him. He gonna try his best to make like the best possible fights. But you know, you need like two people to make a fight. He can't like fight himself. Well, he can, but you know, ain't nobody gonna pay to see it. Memory is terrible. The UFC game. Dude, man, I'm sitting here talking like for 75 minutes, bro. What you mean my memory is terrible? You ain't said nothing since 9:27, dude. I can't remember. Like it ain't my responsibility to remember everything that I've said, so you can make a loose comment like about something. I'm not even expecting for you to then say nothing. You know, even though I know you kind of looming in the background. Shit, I'm supposed to remember a whole conversation that I'm having by myself because somebody else might say something. The fuck is this like a memory test? You stop being lazy and type more so I can know what you're talking about. But it's it's whack, man. It's like the ground and pound is too easy. You don't feel like chess. They could have did a better job at like the transitions and you know and make like the ground game like more competitive. All you doing is just waiting for like the little mini games to pop up. Hold on, man. I'm trying to hit this, bro. And then the there's a lot of glitches too in the game where like say when you like the knockout frame, right? When you knock somebody out, like it glitches. Like it makes like these abnormal glitchy movements. You know, when you knocking somebody out, it look real cheap, you know? And like, you know, like the game isn't complete. And then even when you knocking people out, oh yeah, then another animation. Not this is when you knocking somebody out with a headshot, and they like a glitch up every single time. Like, how did you forget to like fix that? Like, you knock me out like this, and I'm like, you know, it's weird. And then like it's just some weird animations, bro. It's not a good game. Like, they didn't really put much time into making it. Like, it's so bad. You know, I probably won't even. I'm not even gonna try to beat it. I'm not gonna try to beat the career mode. Yeah, Undisputed 2, that's gonna be fun. Like this UFC 6 ain't got nothing on Undisputed. Nothing. You know? Let's see. Is let me see. When is let me see. I don't know if it's coming out soon, but they working on it. Yeah, it said it has not been announced. But it's a lot of people there's a lot of people making videos swearing up and down. It's in development. Yeah, it probably won't be this year. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. Probably fixing coming patches. Yeah, they might. I heard that had a bunch of patches that's coming, but the game kind of just sucks. You talking about UFC 6? It's a disappointment. Like they can't patch everything. Like, well, they can, but I don't think that they will. Like they had 3 years to fix the ground game. Like, and they didn't fix it. 3 years in between UFC 5 and 6. You know, and the ground game is like simple. Like it's too easy. You know, it's like I don't know how. Like if you was playing it online against somebody, and all you got to do is just hold the direction in one way to like advance and to move around, like so the other person can do that too. Like I don't see how that would be competitive if you was playing that online with somebody and they like all you got to do is just hold the controller in one direction to you know posture up and ground and pound. It's stupid, man. Like I like the way the characters look, but sometimes like the background look like some people say it's looking like a mobile game. Yeah, feint and jab while moving backward or forward, and yeah, yeah, that'll be like something new. I'm just now learning how to feint on the undisputed one because you don't really need to use it, but you can do like that. Well, I don't know about that. Like if you feint with your hand, I ain't really no. I don't think you is no way to do that to do no feints like that, but you can kind of like bob and weave. but yeah, I guess I was obligated to. I had to take this loss right here because boxing, fighting, and shooting games is like the type of games that I like. So I had to take this loss. I'll probably like get the next. I'll probably get UFC 7 too, and just hope it's better. Even if it end up being worse. But yeah, man, it's pretty much it for this live, man. I'm trying to think of something else that I'm forgetting that's going on. You know, what else we got going on? Every day is something with Adrian Broner. I'm glad to see him back in the damn spotlight, but he's kind of like Dean's bitch too. So it's a bit distasteful in a way, seeing like Broner like run up behind, some 20-year-old, 25-year-old streamer, you know. Mhm. I'm sure he's having a time of his life though. Even though Dean be tripping on him sometimes. Uh, you know, it'll work until it don't work. You know, yo, I went to if you order online, like you can get you can get 6 cookies at Subway for $4. Some white macadamia. I wonder if they gonna stay like hard soft forever. It seemed like they is. I went all the way to Subway to just get some cookies, bro. but yeah, make sure you like and definitely subscribe if there's any new people watching. or any right now, or any new people watching the replay. You know, here we talk about boxing, you know, and whatever else is going on. I don't know, mainly talk about boxing and try to keep it to that. This ain't Travis Gotti politics. This ain't Travis Gotti religion. This ain't even Travis Gotti sports. This is Travis Gotti boxing. Over here, we talk about boxing. You know, I mean, unless it's video games or hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about what's going on in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's going on in the hood too. Cause you know, it's a lot of like stuff going on in the hood that might not make like your local news, or it might make the local news, but not nationwide news. But you know, and I be keeping up with that stuff. Who got shot? Who got robbed? Like who got locked up? Who got a bond? Who's snitching? Who's an informant? You know, yeah. So yeah, man, I'm finna get up off of here, man. I'm probably gonna immediately go live on the other app. You know, smoke me a couple joints, give me a little buzz. You know, argue with some white girls, and then you know, roll up some more weed, and then like eat my cookies, and then go to sleep. I'm Travis Gotti. Thank you for tuning in to Travis Gotti Boxing. Like, definitely subscribe. I'm out.